guys, welcome in for another Monday. I had to ask, is it really Monday? Monday Midday Cruise Q&A. I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures. I appreciate you guys being here. It is Monday. It does not feel like a Monday. Mondays are my days off from a travel agency, but it's been pretty crazy over here. So just been working and it feels like it should be a Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's that daylight savings time. You know how that time affects all of us. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope the weather is beautiful wherever you are. I honestly almost forgot about this today because it is such a beautiful day here in Ohio. It's like 65 degrees. I'm pulling the smoker out and just going to enjoy today because it is a beautiful day. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you can hear me. Let's see who we have here in the chat. Let me make sure I'm live over on Facebook. Let's see here. Looks like I am live on Facebook. For those of you who are new here, this is an opportunity to ask any questions you may have related to cruising. If you guys are not familiar with me, again, I'm RacQuelle from MH Family Adventures, and we are a cruise vlogging family. I also do a lot of solo travel, a lot of solo cruising, have been on 66, 67 cruises since 2019, and have cruised pretty much all of the major cruise lines multiple times, so pretty experienced when it comes to cruising. We also operate our own travel agency, Major Adventures Travel, where we focus solely on cruising. So if you're looking to book a cruise, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to help. Let's see here. Let's see what we have here in the chat. Welcome in, Lawn Lifters. Appreciate you being here. That's a new name. So hope you're subscribed, but appreciate you popping in today. Jonathan, welcome in. Appreciate you being here as always. Says it's a lovely spring day in the UK, but snow forecast for tomorrow. Yikes. Yikes. That's kind of how our weather's been. It's been, we've been getting like little spots of 60, 65, and then it'll go back to 20 degrees. So I think we're probably on a good call right now. So let's see here. Welcome in, Raina. Appreciate you being here. Unlearn and Eat Travel. That's a new name as well. It says we're getting some spring temps in Ohio this week. I'm sure there'll be snow. Exactly what I'm saying. Yes, yes. But welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Ann Sanders, welcome in. M. Rosser, thank you for being here. Rochelle, welcome in to you. Mickey's Adventures, welcome in, welcome in. Bryson, let's see here. Rochelle has the first question for today. And guys, remember this cruise Q&A, this Monday midday cruise Q&A is really an opportunity for you to ask any questions that you may have about your upcoming cruise, cruising in general, what have you. It's not quite our chit chat Tuesday where you guys where we kind of talk about what's going on with MH Family Ventures, but it's really a chance for us to chat with you guys and answer any cruise questions you have. But to answer your question, Rochelle and Curtis, when is your next Carnival group cruise? Our next Carnival group cruise, our MH Family Adventures Carnival group cruise is Carnival Conquest. We will be one of the first sailings going to the new destination, Celebration Key, which is July 21st through the 25th. So if anybody wants to join in, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to get you on board with us. Right now, we're right at 100 guests joining us on board Carnival Conquest. It's going to have two stops, one in Half Moon Cay and one at Celebration Key. So wanted to get on board for one of those early sailings of Celebration Key to check it out. Our family will also be on board the July 18th through the 21st sailing because that is actually one of the first ships going to or sailings going to Celebration Key. So we will be on board for that as well. That is not a group cruise. But if you want to join our official group cruise, it's July 21st through the 25th, and we do still have some spots available. So reach out if you would like to join us. Savvy Voyages, welcome into you. Welcome in, LF McKinley. Appreciate you being here. Tiffany's watching from Facebook. Appreciate everyone watching from Facebook. Adrian Brooks, thank you so much for subscribing. We greatly, greatly appreciate your support. And guys, we are on the road to 50K. That is our pretty aggressive goal for 2025 is to get to 50,000 subscribers. We are almost at 29,000, so I think we can do it this year with your help. So we appreciate all of your support. Victoria, welcome in. Mickey's Adventure says spring-like weather here in Brooklyn, New York. Yes, we'll take spring. I love spring is my favorite season. So I love it because I can get in the garden, I can smoke some meat, and just love it. Lida Shay, welcome in. Appreciate you being here as well. Let's see. Michael says, will you be at Celebration Key on opening day? We will not be on board for opening day. The very first sailing going to Celebration Key is Carnival Vista. It's doing an 8-day sailing, and that is actually the first ship going. We thought about booking Carnival Vista for that sailing, But honestly, it was an 8-day sailing, 3 ports. And if you guys follow, I love ports. So it's not very enticing for me to do an 8-day cruise with just 3 ports. So we decided to pass on that sailing. We also have other group cruises and things happening this summer and other cruises happening in general. So we couldn't make that one happen. But I am hopeful and I'm hoping and fingers crossed that Carnival is hosting some preview trips to Celebration Key for creators as well as travel agents. So I'm hoping to possibly snag a spot so I can bring you guys some early access content. We'll see. No promises, but that would be amazing. Let's see here. So yeah, if you have any cruise questions, feel free to drop those in the chat. Welcome in, Gloria. Appreciate you being here. And guys, and I wasn't here last week. I'm trying to do these every Monday. Last Monday, I was actually at a conference for my host agency. I was in Orlando for a few days, so that's why I didn't go live last week. But if you were here the prior week, I was actually live from the airport in Rio de Janeiro because I was there for a few days and took a short cruise. So I did go live for the Monday Midday Cruise Q&A. Welcome into everyone that is here. Let's see here. I'm looking for questions. Bryson says, my last cruise, I didn't get the package, but tipped the servers off the books cash, and they gave me many drinks. Sorry, that's my logo's cutting that off. It says, is having the drink package worth it for the common cruise lines? Um, well, first off, I would say, I mean, it really just depends on how much you drink. So, on average, if you are a heavy drinker, you have to first factor in that the drink package is going to include more than drinks. I think that sometimes it's a misconception where people think that the drink package is just for alcohol. It is not. The drink package is typically going to include your alcoholic beverages. Some cruise lines have limits. So, like Carnival has a 15 drink limit, MSC has a 15 drink limit. Some of the cruise lines have the 15 drinks, and that's 15 alcoholic beverages within a 24-hour period. But it's going to include alcoholic beverages. It's going to include unlimited virgin drinks, sodas, specialty coffee, bottled water, milkshakes, things like that. So if you are a drinker, it might work out for you to do that. So not just alcohol, but just drinking in general, it might work out for you. Now you do have filtered non-bottled water on the cruise ship. So like for me, I love to drink a lot of water. So as long as I have water, I'm okay. I don't have to have the drink package. It's nice to have when I can get it or when it's affordable or if it's free. Sometimes, if I'm hosted by a cruise line, they might include that. But it really just depends on how much you're going to drink. So I would say do the math to see if it works out for you. On average, you're going to spend $3.50 to $4 for a bottle of water and a can of soda. So if you're somebody that has to have 2 or 3 cans of soda per day, because there are people that drink a lot of soda, or even if you have to drink a lot of bottled water and you don't want the filtered water, do the math on that. It might work out better for you to get the drink package. I think the challenge with drink packages that people complain often about is if you're in a cabin with other guests that are 21 and older, most cruise lines will require that you both purchase the same package because they want to prevent sharing. So that is the biggest challenge with the drink packages and whether it's worth both people in the cabin getting the drink package, especially when they're unlimited on some cruise lines and you're not supposed to pass off drinks, but some people do. So, um, but yeah, so yeah, it depends on how much you drink. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Mickey's Adventures. Says hit that thumbs up as you enter the chat. We appreciate you guys being here. We have 65 people watching so far. We appreciate you all being here for this Monday Midday Cruise Q&A. And again, drop any cruise questions you have in the chat. Welcome in, Chickadee. Appreciate you being here. Tiki Lynn, Lady D, welcome in, welcome in. Tracy, welcome in from Facebook. Tiki Lynn says, one day I will make a trip to Italy. Yeah, absolutely. Join us. We actually have a girls trip next June, I think. Yeah, next June 12th through the 19th. Let's see here. Olga, welcome in, says, I saw your live from the airport in Brazil. You mentioned communication was a challenge due to language barrier. Based on your experience, do you feel it caters to English speakers? No. And I honestly would not go to a foreign country expecting them to cater to English speakers. You will find that a lot of airports and a lot of like touristy spots will have people that are multilingual because they do want to try to accommodate because they understand that tourism is a business. You're going to get a lot of people from the US or English speakers visiting. However, I never go to a place expecting that because we're in their country. Whatever language works, that's what they're going to speak. So I mean, there were some language barriers there. I recommend having like Google Translate or, some sort of service like that so you can kind of understand what's happening, or you can communicate and ask questions through a translation app. But yeah, I would say pretty much any of the countries that I've been to, I'm not going to say that they ever cater to English. There, you will find people that speak English or speak broken English, and you can help get your way around things like that. But never go to a foreign country expecting them to speak English, because a lot of times they're not. And that, I mean, that would just be the same if they were, if they spoke Portuguese and they come to the US. Most people in the US don't. I mean, there's people that speak Portuguese, obviously, but they're not going to come here to the US expecting everyone to speak Portuguese or to be accommodated in the airports, things like that. So translation apps work. People were telling me to get some sort of translation earbuds, that those are helpful. I still have not looked into those, but yeah, definitely have some sort of translation service. Let's see here. Beverly Smith is saying, congratulations. Thank you so much for that. Beverly, I think, is referring to, I was part of my host agency and I was in the top 3 for Carnival Cruise Line as far as my sales with Carnival Cruise Line. I didn't snag the first spot, which is perfectly okay because I was just excited to be amongst the top travel agents for Carnival Cruise Line. So I was there to see if I was going to get an award. I did get an award for social media. Marvel, I think that's what they called it. Because of the things that I do on social media. So thank you so much, Beverly. I appreciate that. Welcome in, Warm Strong. Appreciate you being here. Matthew says, hello, MH fam, getting ready for the Masters Golf Tournament. We'll have a good time there in Augusta, Georgia. Let's see here. Lady D, good question, says, what's the difference between the drink package and the drink tab? So what Lady D is referring to is Virgin Voyages. So Virgin Voyages, they're the only cruise line that I can think of that does not have an official drink package. So a drink tab is truly just a way to budget for your drinks in advance. So you will add, a lot of times Virgin Voyages will give extra bar tab if you purchase, so like you might purchase $200 worth of bar tab, they're going to give you an extra 50. And all it is like an open tab. When you get on the cruise ship, you can purchase any drinks using that bar tab, and it's not a drink package. The benefit to that is that not everyone in the cabin has to have a bar tab. You can share your bar tab. It can go for everyone in the cabin. It can just be for you. So Virgin Voyages, but I'm hearing they're going to be making some changes. I'm not going to announce those yet, but I'm hearing that they're going to make changes to that soon. So yeah, that's pretty much the difference. The drink package, everyone in the cabin, 21 and up, has to purchase it. The drink tab, you do not. Drink tab is non-refundable, so keep that in mind. So if you do pre-purchase drink tab with Virgin Voyages, or if it comes as part of your promotion, then you need to make sure you use it because it is non-refundable. Drink package, obviously, once you purchase that and you get on board, it is non-refundable. And the drink tab has no limit because it's truly money that you spent for your drinks. And I mean, you're pretty much paying for your drinks in advance. So that's essentially what a drink tab is. Unlearn and Eat Travel says, what is a good starter ship with Carnival and MSC for a family? When you're used to sailing Royal, hold on, Freedom class. Okay. So for Carnival, a good starter ship. I mean, obviously, I love the XL class. Those are the biggest, newest ships for Carnival. Those are always going to be amazing. But when I think of starter, I'm thinking of family, first time cruising, possibly, trying to keep things within a reasonable budget. I personally, for Carnival, would recommend ships such as like Carnival Sunrise, because it's like a mid-size ship that has more dining venues that are included compared to ships like Carnival Elation, Carnival Paradise. I would also say that Vista class, so Carnival Vista, Carnival Horizon, Carnival Panorama, those are really nice ships as well because they are larger than Carnival Sunrise, not quite as big as the XL class, but they're going to have, the Waterworks water park. They're going to have Camp Ocean, the kids club. They're going to have all of those features that you get across all of Carnival ships. It just doesn't have, they just don't have the roller coaster, which I get a lot of families saying, hey, we want that ship with the roller coaster. And I'm like, okay, you do understand that the roller coaster is not unlimited. I think people get sold on some of those features and don't recognize that there's a cost to that. So I would never sell somebody, an XL class because they want to get on a roller coaster, because you're going to pay $15 per person for, 2 minutes around. So yeah, so I would say probably like Carnival Sunrise if you want something a little smaller, a little bit modern, not too old, Great price. Carnival Sunrise has some of the best pricing out there. If you go on Carnival's website, you're going to see Carnival Conquest, Carnival Sunrise. Those two are usually the cheapest, even cheaper than Carnival Elation, Carnival Paradise, which are the older ships. Um, I would probably pick Carnival Sunrise over Carnival Conquest. Pricing is just, it's amazing for the two. But if you want something a little bit, more modern, a little larger, um, Carnival Horizon, Carnival Vista, Carnival Panorama, and there's one or two others. For MSC, honestly, I would go straight for like the Meraviglia class. So MSC Meraviglia is a really great option. You could even do Seashore, Seascape, any of those ships are nice. I would kind of caution on going to like MSC Divina, MSC Magnifica, because those ships are older. They are nice ships. They're beautiful ships. I've sailed on both of them, but they don't have like the splash pads. They don't have water slides. They don't have some of those features that kids love. Whereas like if you go to Meraviglia class, you're going to find those things. And Meraviglia is also one of the lower price MSC cruises currently sailing out of New York. If you want something closer to Florida, definitely Seashore or Seascape. Absolutely love Seashore. That's probably my favorite MSC ship. Let's see here. And guys, while I'm scrolling through looking for questions, we have 100 people watching. I sure hope we have 100 likes down there. We appreciate you guys spending some time with us on Monday while I answer your cruise questions. Let's see here. The Angels grandma says, what are the best beaches to spend time at and places to see in Bonaire? Honestly, I have not been to Bonaire yet. It is on my list and I'm hoping to get there this summer. I've been to Aruba, I've been to Curacao, have not been to Bonaire yet. It is one of those itineraries that it's either on the ABC Islands, so you'll get like an 8-day cruise going to Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, or sometimes it's with Dominican Republic. So I just have not had an itinerary or an opportunity to get to Bonaire, so I couldn't tell you. I've just heard that Bonaire has amazing drift snorkeling, which is where there's certain beaches you go to and you don't even have to swim. It's just going to kind of drift you down the coast and you can snorkel and get some amazing views. So that's really all I know, unfortunately. But I hope to get to Bonaire soon. And as soon as I get to Bonaire, of course, there will be some content from Bonaire. But if anybody has a beach that you would recommend in Bonaire, feel free to drop those in the chat and tag the Angel's grandma. Par says, hello, is a soda about $4 on MSC? Yes. Sodas, water, pretty much between $3.50 and $4 across all cruise lines. So do the math on that. Like me personally, I can drink a 12-pack of water. Like if I'm not getting the filtered water when I cruise, because I'm packing water when I get off the ship, I'm drinking water. I drink water all day long. And so $4, if I'm drinking, that's $48 just on water for the day, where drink packages average about $60 per day. So if I added a little bit to that, I could get sodas, I could get alcoholic beverages, I could get on MSC, you can get soft serve ice cream. Because I don't know if you guys know this, soft serve ice cream is not included on MSC. You have to you either pay for it, which is like $3.50 or $4 per cone, or you, if you have a drink package, it's included there. So a lot of people don't realize that. Living life blind with the new fees added to Mexico, how much more will cruise prices increase? Honestly, that has not rolled out yet. As far as there being these new rules with Mexico, none of that is official. There's a lot of speculation going on out there, and we honestly have no clue how it's going to affect cruise prices. But again, it's just speculation at this point. There's really nothing that's in the works that at least as travel advisors have been notified of. So I wouldn't worry about any increases yet until things are finalized, if it even goes through. So let's see here. Olga says, please do a cruise travel blog that begins at home. As an avid cruiser and traveler, please share the routines and habits that make traveling, especially as a family, a little less stressful. I can't tell you that it is a little less stressful. So it's a lot less stressful when I go solo because I already know what I'm going to pack and what I'm going to do. And honestly, I do have travel vlogs, but those I give to channel members. So in the very beginning, when we started vlogging, if you caught some of our earlier vlogs, we did vlog from the time we left home till the time we got back home. Retention on that, when you look at YouTube and analytics, it just doesn't work. People are not as interested. I know there are a few people interested in that stuff. Most people aren't. They want to get right to the cruise. They want to get right to the fun. So for that reason, we backpedaled and stopped sharing like the travel day information and this and that. I do, depending on the sailing, I do vlog some of that, and I share it with channel members. So it's kind of like an exclusive perk by being a channel member, is that you get some of the behind the scenes, some of the travel day content. But yeah, to incorporate that in our regular travel vlogs, we just aren't doing that because YouTube will not push us out with that, because people just don't care to see it, honestly. And you'll probably start noticing a new trend with our vlogs. Like, I'm going to start getting right to whatever it is. If you guys caught my Rio de Janeiro vlog, which is a new style for me, I'm going right to the information and sharing that with you guys. So it'll be less of that fluff. The fluffy stuff with the family, all of that will probably go to channel members. Or you'll find that information like on our social media channels. But YouTube, it's one of those things right now. YouTube is really just pushing out clickbait. They are pushing out information if it's done well. But yeah, it's like you really have to look at the analytics to determine what you're going to share out. Let's see here. Mickey's Adventures, thanks for sharing that with Grandma. Let's see here. Erica says, have you done the beach party at Princess Cay for the snorkeling and water bikes? I have not done a beach party at Princess Cay, but I've been to Princess Cay several times. Done the water bikes. They're not very comfortable. The water bikes also, unless they had some new ones, it's kind of hard to tread because they're kind of old. Snorkeling at Princess Cays is amazing. However, you have to be cautious because Princess Cay is like built on rocks. There's a bunch of like boulders in the water. So to even get out to the point where you can snorkel, you have to be very, very careful because it's very uneven. You have like boulders and rocks popping up out of everywhere. You need to have some sort of water shoe, and not just like the flimsy water shoes, like really like the sneaker base water shoes, because I've seen people trip, fall, get bloody there at Princess Cay. It's a beautiful, beautiful private island, but it can be dangerous depending on which side you're on. But the snorkeling there is really nice, especially if you go near the piers there. You can do it on your own. And they also offer, I think Princess Cay still offers a snorkeling by boat that you can pay as part of an excursion, but you can get some amazing snorkeling right there by the rocks, right there by the little piers or docks that they have there. So yeah, have a good time. But the water bikes, last time we were there, the water bikes, I mean, they're fun. It's something to do at Princess Cay, but they're honestly not the best. Welcome in, Journey of It All. Appreciate you being here. Renelda, welcome in, welcome in. Everyone, welcome in. Game Changer, hello, hello. Let's see. Matthew says, what port is best for an MSC cruise? Are you asking which port to leave out of? If you're asking which port to leave out of, I mean, honestly, you're going to have similar ships leaving from Miami and Port Canaveral. So currently you have Seashore out of Port Canaveral. You have Seascape out of Port of Miami. You have Meraviglia out of New York. I personally, if I had to pick a port to leave from, more than likely it's going to be Miami. And that's pretty much for any cruise, because I personally, that travel from Orlando Airport to Port Canaveral, that 45 minutes, 50 minutes, what have you, that's just one added thing. Whereas if you fly into Miami or Fort Lauderdale, you're not too far from the cruise terminal. So I would pick Miami. I personally, and I'm actually working on some pricing for people right now out of New York for Meraviglia. I don't think I would get on MSC out of New York for me, because the ports are Port Canaveral, Nassau, and Ocean Cay. Not that there's anything wrong with those ports, but I've kind of been to all of those ports several times. So I would want to go down to Florida to pick up some of those other ports like Dominican Republic, maybe Mexico, places like that. Travels with P&B, welcome in, says, I love the Vista class. Yes, yes. We were on Panorama and Horizon and love both. Welcome in, Mary Evans from Facebook. Appreciate you being here. Marissa says, have you ever cruised out of New Jersey for Royal or Celebrity? I have not. I have a lot of clients that leave out of Cape Liberty. I have not personally, but I am looking at a cruise going to Bermuda. Actually, did I go out of? When I went to Bermuda, I did I? I've gone to Bermuda. That was out of Manhattan. That was on Carnival Venencia. It was not out of Jersey. So no, I have not cruised out of Jersey yet, but I am looking at a Bermuda cruise that is leaving from Jersey. Let's see here. Mary Evans says, best cruise ship for people that needs accessibility. So it depends on your accessibility needs. I would definitely recommend, I would say Princess Cruises. So far has had the best from the perspective of some of my clients, and just me having been on several Princess ships. For me, I think they have the best. And I think honestly, you have to look at kind of the what the cruise line attracts or the demographics that the cruise line attracts. Not to say that you can't have accessibility needs being younger or even that you have accessibility needs being older, but because some of the cruise lines tend to attract an older crowd, like Holland America Princess Cruises, they tend to naturally. Thank you so much. Is it Delia Dobson? Thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate that. But the cruise lines that tend to attract an older crowd for me seem to be the most accessible. So they usually have a little bit more as far as accessible cabins. You're going to find like those entryway ramps to be different. You're going to see that they're going to have automated doors. You're even going to see like on Princess Cruises that it's not that you have wheelchair assistance from the curb to through the terminal. They're going to actually get you to the buffet or get you to your cabin wherever you need to go. I mean, it's not like they're going to stay with you the whole, embarkation day, but they're going to get you wherever you need to go, not just drop you off at the entrance of the ship. So I would say, yeah, I would say accessibility if it's physical accessibility. If you're someone who maybe autism, development delayed, I personally, and not speaking because we have a son who is, I'm going to say Carnival because Carnival, their staff, they're trained to work with individuals with autism, developmentally delayed, and I just feel like they truly understand and they get it compared to some cruise lines, and it's just, I personally, honestly, I feel like the crowd, and this might offend some people, I feel like the crowd on Carnival tends to be more accepting than if you are to go on a higher end cruise line, if that makes sense. So I feel like in general, the people on Carnival, Royal Caribbean, they are just more understanding, more accepting, more tolerant of things. Not that we want people to be tolerant of special needs, but I think there's a different level of understanding than other cruise lines. So, but again, it depends on the level of accessibility, what those exact needs are. But if you do require any accessibility features, that's when you want to work with your travel agent, the cruise line, let them know what your needs are because there are things available to help make your cruise better. I'll actually be talking more about that tomorrow during a video that I'm going to release tomorrow about things you need to do right after you book your cruise. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you need an accessible cabin, book it early so that you can get what you need. Marissa says, what are some fun things to do in Port Canaveral? Well, Cocoa Beach, if you are a beach person, Cocoa Beach is very popular there. The only other thing really in Port Canaveral would be Kennedy Space Center. If you, like, I personally love space, so I would go to Kennedy Space Center. Some people, like if you're on MSC, they'll offer a lot of excursions that'll get you to like Disney Springs or Universal. I caution clients on doing that only because typically when you go to Disney Springs or go to Universal or go to one of the parks, you want to spend all day there. And if you're there by cruise ship, you might only get a solid 3 or 4 hours in the park. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth paying for this transfer excursion to get to these places, pay the high cost of the ticket to get into Disney, and then I'm only there for a few hours. So things close to port would be Cocoa Beach. You can go hang out there at Cocoa Beach. You can also go to Kennedy Space Center. Um, Let's see. Cece says, how's the Carnival Glory for families? I would say it's good for families. I have not been on Carnival Glory yet, but I'll be on Carnival Glory the end of July as part of Meet and I's group cruise. So don't know, I can't say, but I can tell you that we've been on Carnival Liberty as well as Carnival Valor, which are sister ships to Carnival Glory and definitely family friendly. They have the water, the splash area, water slide, kids club. Carnival in general is going to be great for families, regardless. Even if you're on Carnival Elation, we do have a series on Carnival Elation. I think, regardless of which Carnival ship you get on, it's going to be fun and appropriate for families. Just know that some have better features, like you have, like on Carnival Celebration, Jubilee, Mardi Gras. You have a really, really large water park splash area compared to some of the older ships. So, but Carnival Glory, I'm going to say, yeah, it's great for families. I haven't been on it yet. Tracy says, I will be on the seashore next month. Have a good time. Let's see here. Ellie says, because of your videos, I'm considering a Virgin cruise. Well, awesome. I'm glad I could convince you. Now, if you guys know, I did not like Virgin at first. 3 years ago, I cruised Virgin. Absolutely hated it. It was too raunchy for me. They have tamed all of that down. And I like Virgin. Like, I'm ready to get on another Virgin ship. And we do have a sale with me next January, January 21st through the 25th on board Scarlet Lady. Grey Goose, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. But yeah, we do have a sale with me where I'll be on board. Is it Scarlet Lady? I think Scarlet Lady, January 21st to the 26th of next year. And if you're looking to get on Virgin, definitely reach out to me because I have a direct booking link. And depending on what type of cabin you book, you can get some extra sailor loot by booking directly through my link. Um, let's see here. Travels with PNB says beautiful water in Bonaire is really popular for snorkeling, and that's why I want to go. That's why I want to go. I've heard amazing things about snorkeling there, so that's what I want to do. Um, let's see here. Sorry, just scrolling. Erica says on Carnival, how many bottles of water each with each drink order? So Carnival, compared to other cruise lines, with the drink package, they usually want you to get one and one. Sometimes, if you're getting an alcoholic drink, and honestly, they don't enforce it. Um, it depends on which bar you go to. They're supposed to only give you one drink at a time, period, regardless if it's alcoholic or non alcoholic. And then you have to wait 5 minutes to get something else. But I've had like going to the bar and I'll get, because typically every time I go get a drink, I get water to follow up. And so normally you can go get an alcoholic drink and a non-alcoholic drink in the same order. But sometimes, depending on the bartender, they will say, only one, you have to wait 5 minutes. So sometimes you'll get a nice bartender too that will just write down your folio number and then they'll charge it to your account 5 minutes later. So it just depends. But typically it's one. Other cruise lines like MSC, they'll let you get two or three with each order. So I just do it every time. Every time I go to the bar, I just get water and put it in my cabin. Let's see here. Ebony says, do you oh hold on. Dennis says, welcome in Dennis. Says, thanks. I did not know about MSC ice cream and I eat it and don't get drink package usually, but not. Yes, that was a change that happened. I don't know the last time you were on MSC, but yeah, there was one ship. It might have been Maravilla where you could get the ice cream. And then now they have it to where it's behind like one of the bars and they're charging for the ice cream. So if you look at the drink package, it'll say that it's included with the drink package. Soft serve is no longer included. Let me take that back. You can go to the buffet and get certain hours. You can go to the buffet and they'll have ice cream there. But if you want like the really good soft serve, like they might have pistachio flavor, which is my favorite. They'll have strawberry, different things. If you want those, then it costs. But certain ships will have like Magnifica. They had the ice cream machine at the buffet, but it was only open like maybe 2 hours out of the day. So the ice cream machine that is open all day, you have to pay for that. All right. All right, guys. We have 121 people watching. I appreciate you guys being here. If you aren't already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. And if you are new here, I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures. And this is our Monday Midday Cruise Q&A, where I just answer any questions that you may have related to cruising. I've been on 67 cruises and over the last 5 years. So I kind of proficient in cruising and kind of what to do, what not to do. We also operate our own travel agency, Major Adventures Travel, that focuses solely on cruises. That's all we sell. So if you are looking to plan a cruise vacation, definitely reach out to Major Adventures. We would love to help you. Ebony says, do you have any recommendations for a nice hotel in Miami? I'll be very honest. I am such a budget conscious person that when we speak of nice hotels in Miami, I'm just not the type that wants to spend $300 a night for a hotel. So if you stay in the Brickell area, the downtown area, that's right down the street from the port, you're going to easily pay about $300 a night, depending on the time of year for a hotel there. There are some nice ones down there. I just personally have not stayed there. For me, because nice is relative, depends on what you like. For us, we usually stay at the Element, which is Marriott. We stay at the Element. It's very functional. They have a complimentary continental breakfast. They do not have shuttle service, but it's a nice hotel. It's reasonably priced, usually about $150 per night, $140 per night at the airport. I also recommend, especially for my clients that don't want to have to pay extra for transfers, I recommend the Comfort Inn Suites, Miami Airport North, because they are the only hotel in the area that offers a complimentary shuttle to the cruise terminal. Most of them, they offer it, but you're going to have to pay for it. So as far as like a really nice hotel, again, that's relative on what nice means to you. For me, nice would be the Element. But I'm not going to stay at like in Brickell or the downtown area because of the cost of those hotels. But some people decide to stay like South Beach. So there's a lot of nice hotels there as well. Erica says, on Conquest with the drink package, can you get Gatorade bottled juices? Yes, you can. They might have some bottled juices, like some of the green juice that may not be included, but Gatorade absolutely is included because we always, when we have a drink package, our son loves Gatorade. We stock up on Gatorade in our cabin as well. So, yep, Gatorade is included. Um, M. Rosser says, question, does Carnival port out of San Juan? If so, what ship? Oh, does it port out of? No. No, not at this time. Royal Caribbean will port out of San Juan. Carnival does not port out of San Juan. They will stop in San Juan, but they don't have. So you're referring to one of those robust Caribbean itineraries where usually it'll leave San Juan, it'll go to maybe St. Lucia, St. Martin. Carnival, as far as I'm thinking off the top of my head, no, they do not have a ship that docks out of. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, they don't. They don't for sure. But Royal Caribbean does. They have Radiance of the Seas and Serenade of the Seas that offer really nice itineraries out of San Juan. Virgin Voyages leaves from there. MSC, no. MSC does not leave from there, but there's other cruise lines that do. Erica says, how far do you need to go out to be a good swimmer for walking out? How far do you go out? Do you need to be a good swimmer for walking out to snorkel? No, no. I can swim, not a strong swimmer, but there in Princess Cay, it's kind of shallow, especially near the like where the um, docks are. And usually the rule for snorkeling is you want to find rocks, you want to find like a dock or pier, because that's usually where fish will gravitate toward. If you just go out in the open, if there's not coral or anything there, you're really not going to find, many fish. You can pretty much, like I'm 5'10". A lot of people don't realize that I'm really tall. And so I can, Princess Cay, depending on the tide, I could stand up and snorkel right there near the pier. But I recommend wearing some sort of flotation device if you don't know how to swim or not a strong swimmer. I'm not a strong swimmer, so I almost always have on my pink floaty vest. That way, if I get tired, I'm just going to float until I can swim back and I'm good. But you don't have to go out very far to snorkel there in Princess Cay. Let's see. Unlearn and Eat Travel says, is there a link to the water shoes you wear? And did it take time getting used to wearing them all day? No, no. And actually, they're sold out. That is like one of the top questions I get because I wear those shoes all the time. I wear them on the ship, whether I'm getting in the water or not. So yeah, I love the water shoes. They are called, I think it's Do Sport, DOUSSPORT. They are on Amazon, DOUSSPORT. Get on Amazon, but the particular ones that I wear are sold out. They've been sold out for a few months because I need to get another pair. And guys, when I tell you, like I probably every 4 months I have to get a new pair of those. So, and I get the same color because I've learned that the different shoes within that brand, they are created differently. The ones that are the black and gray ones that I wear, they don't retain sand. So that's why I love them. I have some other ones that are different colors that sometimes get sand stuck in them, so I don't care for those as much. So you don't really see me wear those unless I have to. So I'm hoping that those come back in stock so I can get some more. But they are very comfortable. I personally wear them because I'm kind of clumsy, and walking on pool decks with flip flops and sandals just isn't my style because I will literally trip and fall, so or slip and slide, and I don't want that. So I wear those. Like if you are ever on a cruise with me, you're gonna probably see those shoes on my feet because I don't. I'd rather, whether they look cute or not, I'm gonna wear them because I want to be safe. So, and I wear them. I go swimming in them. I get in the pool with them, and people say, "Why do you have your shoes on in the pool?" And I'm like, well, they're not really shoes, they're water shoes. I do wash off, rinse off before, but for me, it's the same concept as people that walk barefoot in the restroom. But people don't want to have that conversation. So, let's see. Lady Virgo, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Terry Ann says, afternoon from Jamaica. Nice, nice. Welcome in, Sig the Solo Cruiser. Appreciate you being here as always. Guys, be sure to check out Sig the Solo Cruiser. Oh, never mind. I don't know if it's out yet. Stay tuned for Sig the Solo Cruisers Explore Journeys luxury. You guys know that I'm getting on my first luxury cruise here soon. And she was just on a luxury cruise on Explore Journey, and some amazing content rolling out, so stay tuned for that. Marjorie, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Lashana says, "What do you do in Grand Cayman? Wise, family friendly. I enjoy your content." So Grand Cayman. One thing that we love doing when we went to Grand Cayman, first off, the biggest thing to do there is 7 Mile Beach. A lot of people will get off the ship, go to 7 Mile Beach. They have vendors there. You can go parasailing, you can go snorkeling, you can do all kinds of water sports, horseback riding, things like that at 7 Mile Beach. I would recommend if you're going to do 7 Mile Beach to not purchase the ship's transfer service because you're going to pay like $40 a person for them to literally drop you off at 7 Mile Beach, and it doesn't include anything. And you can catch a bus there for like $2. So yeah, do some research on how to catch the bus there. It's not a long ride, but you can pay like $2 a person each way to get there rather than pay the $35-$40 the ship is charging to get you there. So yeah, 7 Mile Beach is very popular. We personally enjoyed the turtle farm. So you can go to the turtle farm, learn more about turtles. They have like a pool area, splash area. You can go snorkeling with turtles. That was fun. They also have the Dolphin Cove, which is directly across from the turtle farm. So like if you catch one of our Grand Cayman vlogs, I think it was Carnival Sunrise series. We went to the turtle farm, and you can see directly across where the and we showed you how to get to the turtle farm, but you can see that the dolphins is right there. So I've had clients that have literally done that exact same thing that we did, and they did both. They did the turtle farm and the dolphin cove. You can also go snorkeling. Another popular spot, if you're not afraid, would be Stingray City. That is popular. I did that on the Carnival Horizon series this past July. Takes you out to Stingray. I didn't get out. I got nervous. Joe Marie loved it, but you can also snorkel there. So lots to do in Grand Cayman. It's a beautiful area, and you can just get off because you're like right in the downtown area. You can just get off if you're a shopper to shop, but if family wise, it's going to probably be some sort of beach activity there in Grand Cayman. Let's see here. Is it Tosha or Tasha says, if I book a Carnival cruise with you, can I pay with it with a Carnival gift card? Yes. So guys, just so you know, when you work with a travel advisor, work with a travel agent, your payments go directly to the cruise line. So whatever form of payment that the cruise line accepts, we accept. So if they accept gift cards, because we make the payment directly to the cruise line, we don't hold on to any money, we don't collect any funds, we don't take any cash. When you book with us, we literally have a travel agent portal for Carnival and all the cruise lines. We go and book your cruise. You get confirmation from the cruise line. Your payments go directly to the cruise line. You get confirmation from the cruise line that they've received your payment. So yes, Carnival gift cards are accepted. No problem. We also offer FlexPay, which is formerly known as Uplift. So that is something that if you are wanting, like I'm getting a lot of guys, I'm getting a lot of last minute bookings. And when I say last minute, I'm talking like into March bookings. Chips are sold out, guys. I'm telling you, they're sold out. But some people are like, hey, I want to get on a payment plan. Keep in mind, cruises have to be paid 60 to 90 days before, sometimes 120 days out. So if you're looking for the summer, you're pretty much paying in full at this point. But if you don't want to pay in full, flex pay or uplift is an option. Our agency is certified to get you finance there. Quick process. Some things that other clients do, if you have like a firm or Klarna, those are some options as well that you can apply on your own and then provide us with the card information and we can get you booked. So, yep, gift cards are accepted. Welcome in the Fox's Den. Appreciate you being here. Let's see here. Lady Virgo says, have you ever sailed from Galveston? If so, is it good? Galveston's honestly not my favorite. And that's because if you don't live in that area, you're flying into one of the Houston airports and you're going to have to, like, you're talking like an hour and a half possibly from each airport to get to Galveston. So I like the cruise ports that are right there near the airport, 10-15 minute drive, like Miami. Galveston, you're going to have to figure out how to get from the airport or your hotel near the airport to Galveston. Usually cruise lines, you're looking at about $40 per person each way, or not even the cruise line. The cruise lines are probably more expensive now. I'm thinking Galveston Express. That's a company that I refer people to. I think they're running about $35-$40 per person each way. What I recommend is if you are traveling with multiple people, there is an enterprise rental car company near the Galveston port. So you can do a one-way rental from the airport to the Galveston Enterprise rental location, and you're probably going to save doing it that way. And then you can make a pit stop, grab some wine for the ship. You can grab, that's what I would recommend. Um, let's see here. Q Creations, welcome in, says Carnival Glory is good for family. The 3-day weekend cruise has more of a party vibe, but it's a good family ship. Yes, yes. And that's the case with any of Carnival's 3-day cruises, Royal Caribbean's 3-day cruises. They're going to be more of a party vibe. People are there to have a good time. They have the drink package, but you still get those family friendly elements and you can avoid, all of the, the drunks. um, Heather says, how is the free food selection on MSC? Now, I will tell you this. And guys, you guys know that MSC is one of our partners. I'm always very, very honest about my experience, regardless if we're sponsored or if they're a partner or what have you. Um, MSC, when I start ranking food, I would say MSC is probably one of my least favorite. No, let me take that back. I'm going to say NCL is my least favorite. Then it's going to be MSC. The food, you're going to find food that you like. MSC has improved their food greatly since we first cruised with them like 3 years ago. So there have been a lot of, they've been asking for people to complete surveys. They've done some amazing improvements. The issue with the free food on MSC is that they don't offer much of it, meaning, like if you're on Carnival or Royal Caribbean, you're going to have a taco spot. You're going to have pizza all day long. You're going to have a deli. You're going to have burgers. So you're going to have those things, hot dog stands. MSC does not have that, not yet. MSC World America, which is coming out exactly a month, guys. If you missed my announcement yesterday, go over after this to our live stream tab and bookmark that, turn on the notification, because I'm going live from the media sailing on April 9th. Around 11:30 a.m., I'm going to give you a full ship walkthrough. So I'm going to do a narrated walkthrough as I see MSC World America for the first time. And this is before the inaugural cruise. So you're going to get that content early. And I plan to have a full ship tour done probably within those first few days. So make sure you follow along there. But yeah, so with MSC, the issue is that there's not enough options. You pretty much have the buffet as free food during the day, and that is it. Except for World America, which is going to have more casual dining options included. And so if you aren't strategic in the times that you eat, they literally will shut the buffet down at like 4:30, and it doesn't open back up until 6:30. So if you are a late luncher, then you may not have anything to eat. So that for me is the biggest challenge with the food on MSC. You're going to find something that you like. A lot of times for like lunch and breakfast, it's going to be the same stuff on the buffet. Dinner, they do change out, but breakfast, lunch, it's the same thing, unless you get on, like I said, MSC World America. And we do have MSC World America group cruise for this Christmas, if anybody's interested. And our group rate is actually less with drinks and Wi-Fi than the current rate without drinks and Wi-Fi. So with MSC World America being the new ship, all of the pricing is going to go up. So we locked in this group rate a while ago. And so we're getting drinks, Wi-Fi, and then any group perks for less than what you could book online without drinks and Wi-Fi. So if you want to join us, we do have, I think right now we have about 12 or 13 cabins booked, and we still have space available. But yeah, overall, the food is good on MSC. It's not the greatest. You're going to find something you like, but there's not a whole lot of options as far as the included food. Sandy V says, when you cruise, hold on, I gotta take a sip of water. Says, when you cruise from Vancouver to San Diego, how close to the coast was the boat approximately? No clue. No clue. Did I go to San Diego? I did. I did on Holland America. I honestly don't. Are you asking, can you see the coast from the ship? At certain points, yes, you could. Yeah, I honestly don't know how far. There's going to be parts where you're not going to see land. So if you're saying it's your first cruise and you're nervous because you're not going to see land, there will be points of time where you won't see land. So keep that in mind. But as far as how far it is from the coast, I honestly don't know. But there will be times where you don't see land. Elif McKinley, thank you so much. The Scarlet Lady, January 21st through the 25th. Yes. And then Sandy says, for Vancouver to San Diego, did you get regular cell service? I did. I did have regular cell service. Now, Vancouver would be considered international. But I think my T-Mobile allowed me to use my phone in Vancouver without a problem. You could always get international cell service, but keep in mind when you're out at sea and you can't see land, you're probably not going to have reception. And then your phone will automatically connect to cellular at sea, which is very expensive. So I would recommend getting on airplane mode, connecting if you purchase the ship's Wi-Fi, connect to the ship's Wi-Fi and chat and talk to your friends and family through like Messenger on Facebook or Instagram, or even use WhatsApp. That'll save you from having to spend a lot of money. Let's see. Sorry, I think these comments are going all over the place. Dennis Hicks says, yeah, most of the time we stay at the airport. I just feel like that's easiest and it's cheapest. And honestly, when we fly in now, because we've cruised so much that we're not really trying to see the home ports. We're just trying to get there so we can get on our ship. So I just want to get a hotel that's clean and comfortable for me to sleep in, and I'm good. Let's see here. Can you recommend a good hotel in Tampa, Florida? We cruise out of Tampa. I don't have a lot of clients that cruise out of Tampa. Tampa doesn't have many ships. Right now, you're going to have the oldest ships in the fleet. Carnival Paradise for Carnival. There's a Royal Caribbean ship that leaves out of Tampa as well. And then you have Margaritaville at Sea Islander. We stayed at the Embassy Suites and it was nice. That's what I would recommend because that's the only one I've been at. Had no issues with it. And I actually like that Embassy Suites because they have, I forgot what they call it, but like our kids have bad allergies. And they have certain suites that have like the special filters and the linen is done separately. So that was kind of a nice feature. I can't think of what it's called, but yeah, Embassy Suites is really nice. Travels with P&B. Client wants to go on a family cruise with her daughter and her daughter's best friend, which is a teenager. Do they need documentation? Absolutely. If you are ever cruising with someone, if you're ever cruising with someone who's not related to you, or even if they are related to you, but they're not your biological, or they're not your children, you will need to have some sort of documentation. Now, a lot of cruise lines don't ask for it up front, but you need to have it in the event that customs questions things. It also, most cruise lines will have some sort of blank form that you go get notarized, and it just says that I'm this person, I'm going to be caring for this person in the absence of this person, and I'm liable for whatever, and I can make decisions on behalf of this minor. So yes, you would need to, depending on the cruise line, there are forms available. Like I know Carnival, you can go right in and type in like traveling with minor consent form and download it, take it to a notary, get it done. To have it again, a lot of times during check-in they don't ask for it, because you have situations now where people, you're traveling with kids, your own kids that have different last names, this and that, or adopted, or what have you. So a lot of times they don't ask because it's very sensitive. But in the event that, customs decides to ask questions, a lot of times it doesn't happen until after the cruise when you're going through, especially if you're traveling with birth certificates, because they'll ask the kid, what's your name? Who is this to you? And if they say, oh, it's my daughter's or my friend's mom, then they might ask some questions. So it's always safer to have it than not have it in that event. And then also, God forbid, if there's an emergency, you want to make sure that you have that written consent from the family that you're able to help care for and treat or what have you, so that there's no, you know, room to have some sort of, suit later. Bryson says, is Ocean K better than Half Moon Cay? I'm seeing split reviews. Oh gosh. Um, I love them both, honestly. If you are a beach person, I'm going to say this. I like Ocean Cay better because Ocean Cay is almost always guaranteed. What I mean by that is Half Moon Cay is a tender port, which means you have to get on a water taxi that's going to get you to the shore, because it's too shallow for the ship to dock. Whereas MSC Ocean Cay, the ship can dock. There's only been a few occurrences where that a ship can't dock there. It has to be really, really, really windy for them not to dock. Whereas Half Moon Cay, if it's even slightly too windy, they're gonna cancel that port. So for that reason, that would probably be the only reason I would pick Ocean Cay over Half Moon Cay. But Half Moon Cay's water is just like a pool. So if you want warm or cool shallow water that you can just kind of lounge and relax in, that is truly probably some of the clearest water I've ever seen. You're gonna love Half Moon Cay. I would say also looking at what they serve, because both islands have an island barbecue included. I would probably say Half Moon Cay's island barbecue is slightly better than MSC's. So that is included. It's nice. Also, Half Moon Cay will offer some sort of excursions. They do have the snorkeling by boat. I think they still do the stingrays, but I don't know if that's consistent. So I mean, they truly are neck and neck. If I had to pick one today, I probably would pick Ocean Cay, only because I'm almost 90% guaranteed to dock there. Whereas Half Moon Cay, it's like I've had clients to get canceled, and some people book it because they want to go to Half Moon Cay. Um, yeah. So, and guys, keep in mind, if that happens, the cruise line does not have to reimburse because it's weather related. They want to make sure that people are safe getting on those tender boats. The tender boats are complimentary, so you don't have to pay for those. But again, if it's too windy, those tender boats, it's unsafe for them to have you guys out there bobbing. So, but Half Moon Cay is gorgeous. They are both gorgeous. Yeah, I can't pick. I can't pick. But yeah, you're right. When you say you hear mixed reviews, people are probably neck and neck with them. I personally, I like Half Moon Cay and Ocean Cay over Coco Cay. And I know people say that's crazy because there's more to do on Coco Cay, but I am like, I don't need all of that. I don't need the thrill water park that I'm never going to go on. I don't need, so I do feel like the food is better at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, because they have tacos, they have burgers, they have barbecue chicken, chicken sandwiches, funnel cake. They have all kinds of things. So I feel like the food is better there, but the island itself, like I could, you know, I'm curious to see what Celebration Key Carnivals is going to do. But yeah. Crafty Angel says, "Hey, do you have an Amazon page with the shoes?" Guys, I do have an Amazon page. I'm just terrible at pushing that stuff out. I'll have to figure out where the link is and try to get that out because I do get that question out all the time. Oh, Sing the Solar Cruiser says it's out. I couldn't remember if it was channel members only and I'm speaking too soon. So yeah, check out Sig the Solar Cruiser if you're considering doing luxury. Check out Sig, and she made an announcement on her vlog. And just a hint to you, I am booked. I'm booked. So check it out. Um, Nessa says, "Hi, unless things have changed before the pandemic, we took a Carnival cruise out of San Juan to the island." You know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'm almost positive there's nothing leaving right now. It might have changed after the pandemic. I'm right here on my computer because that's going to drive me crazy if I don't know. If anyone else knows, drop it in the chat. But while I'm looking this up, if you guys wouldn't mind, we have 155 people watching. I appreciate you guys being here. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, and if you are new here, again, I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and we are a cruise vlogging family. Been on 66, 67 cruises since 2019. So go on live every Monday to answer cruise questions that you guys may have. Yes, San Juan is not even a home port. Yes. So I'm like, you're right. There was a point where Carnival did. They're not anymore. Because actually, you're right. We were booked. Our second cruise was supposed to be on Carnival Splendor. No. Oh my gosh. What ship was that? Because Splendor's still out there. What was the Carnival ship that left San Juan? We were actually booked on that for um, hold on. We were booked on it for our second cruise, and COVID happened. Fascination, Carnival Fascination. We were booked on that out of San Juan because the itinerary was amazing. So yeah, so that did change. Um, the Angel's grandma says, "Will you ever in the near future do a group cruise out of San Pedro, California, San Diego?" I would love that. Yes, absolutely. I actually have. It's not an official group with the whole family, but it's a sail with me. It is on Holland Koningsdam this, oh my gosh, is it October or November? Guys, I'm sorry, I can't keep track. I have Holland Koningsdam. It's a 4-night cruise. I'm doing a sail with me. I think we have about 40 people already booked that are going to just join me on board to experience Holland America. So I think it's the October 21st or the 25th, I think. It's out of San Diego, and it has port stop in San Francisco, right? I think San Francisco, Ensenada, and Catalina Island. So yeah, if you want to join us, it's again, it's not an official group cruise, but I'll be on board. We can hang out. We're going to do a couple of excursions. And it's really just I think everyone booked has never cruised Holland America. And it was a great rate. And they just wanted to get on board to try Holland America. And it's the exact same ship that I sailed on my first Holland America cruise. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. Welcome in Key Links Travel. Appreciate you being here. All righty, let's see here. I'm just scrolling to see if I have any other questions. Sandy V says, I'm scared of open sea. So I've had some clients that have expressed, being concerned about being on the open sea. For those particular guests, and some people don't care for ships for this reason, I personally would recommend a ship like MSC or Royal Caribbean, because a lot of times their ships feel like you're still like on land. You have the Royal Promenade that feels like you're in a mall. You don't even see the water. So there are parts of the ship that you can go to where you don't see the water, you don't feel the water. It's just you feel like you're on land. So there are some other ships that everywhere you go, you see, like if you're on a princess cruise, like especially like the new Sun Princess, you're gonna see water regardless of which deck you're on, because they have like these beautiful windows everywhere. So yeah, I would say, maybe like MSC Meraviglia, you're gonna be in the inside of the ship, you're not gonna see the water. So consider the type of ship that you get on if you have that fear of being out on the open sea, because I think sometimes that fear comes to life when you see the water, and you can avoid it on certain ships. HB5, appreciate you being here. Says checking in from work. Well, I appreciate you being here. Sandy says, for Holland America on the cone exam, can I bring a bottle of wine or alcohol to my room? As I see there are glasses in the room, corkage fee for that too. Holland America, yes. Holland America, you can bring one bottle of wine, and there is a corkage fee if you take your wine to the dining room. Some cruise lines like NCL, even if you like don't, sometimes if you carry your wine in the bottle, then they're going to charge you. I recommend pouring it in a glass and then walk into the dining room. But yes, you can carry on. I think it's one bottle of wine for Holland America. Um, and I think some of them actually have the corkscrew in the cabin for you to use. Yes. Q Creation says, I tried booking a hotel online. It was nearly $300. I checked my job discount perks and found it $100 cheaper. That's nice. Um, and says, if your job has those type of benefits, I recommend looking there. Any way you can save money. Absolutely. Absolutely. Erica says, oh, another question. You said you wear your vest. Did you bring it with you or you rent it there? I take mine with me. I take mine with me because if you rent, guys, I take my snorkel every cruise and I take my pink vest every cruise. Because if you go, like, you can buy a snorkeling set off Amazon for $20, $25. That snorkeling vest, I probably paid $25 for, and I've had it for years. And it just deflates and fold it up, put it in my suitcase. Because if you go to like Half Moon Cay or one of the private islands or a place you want to snorkel, you're gonna probably pay $25 to rent the snorkeling gear. And in my mind, it's like, why would I pay that to rent it and use stuff that other people have used when I can just take my own? So you can pretty much get that stuff cheaper by booking or paying for it in advance and packing it. Um So yeah, so I would recommend that than having the kids use someone else, because then you can get something that fits you better. So a lot of times it's just like standard snorkeling gear, but like if you have a child, like Andrew has a more narrow head, you can probably get like a kid size, snorkeling set versus an adult size, what have you. So I would recommend doing that than renting them, because if you have two destinations you want to snorkel at, now you're paying for it twice on your cruise, and you can avoid it. All right, a few more questions, guys. I'm gonna have to get out of here and enjoy the 65-degree weather, but it's been really nice having 100, and I think we got up to 160 of you guys here watching. Dennis Hicks says Half Moon Cay is awesome. It really is, and it's time for me to get back. It's been a while. It's been over a year since I've been to Half Moon Cay. We will be there this summer with our group cruise on Carnival Conquest, so I'm excited for that, but I'm hoping to get back there sooner. Felicia says, very curious with Celebration Key going in August. Yeah, I'm curious as well. Thank you, Charlene. Charlene says Carnival Fascination. That's exactly what I was looking for. Exactly what I was looking for. Thank you so much. Dennis checked as well. Angels, I think I can welcome in. I appreciate you being here. All right, and I think we are at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the chat. So I think we'll probably end it there. So guys, make sure you stay tuned. Tomorrow I will release, I'm trying to do informational things on Tuesdays, and it's just things that you need to do right after you book your cruise. And again, if you are looking to book a cruise, we're certified travel advisors with pretty much all of the cruise lines. Like I said, I've been on 67 cruises, so I'm pretty experienced. More than likely, I've either been on the ship or that class of ship. So I can kind of help guide you along the planning process and getting you booked. So definitely reach out whenever you are ready. Let's see what else is coming up. I think I had the first part to Rio come out. So we're doing a new series called MHFam by Land and Sea, because I get a lot of people asking, well, what can I do in port before I get on the cruise ship? And so that's what this, the Rio de Janeiro series or vlog that I released the other day, it kind of walks you through what I did over 36 hours in Rio de Janeiro before I hop on MSC Orchestra, which will come out on Friday. And then starting next week, I'm going to start rolling out my MSC. What ship was that I was on? I don't know. It was out of Martinique. Virtuosa, MSC Virtuosa out of Martinique, where I'm going to have a lot of island hopping ideas, and it's a pretty cool series. So next cruise, I have a cruise coming up this month, later this month. I actually was supposed to be getting off a cruise today. Carnival Conquest with Siobhan from Parker's on the Go. She had a group cruise, and I was supposed to be on that, but I canceled because Andrew in Special Olympics, they had their state tournament this weekend, and we didn't know that they were actually going to make it to the state level, and they did. So I canceled that cruise. So yeah, we have some things coming up. Next month, again, I will be on board MSC World America for the media sailing. So make sure you mark your calendars for April 9th around 11:30 a.m. If you go to our channel and set the notification, you'll know exactly what time I'm estimating to go live around 11:30, but it could change depending on what things look like getting on the ship. But I'm going to do a full live walkthrough. So all right, the doorbell's ringing. Jo Marie's home from school today, so I think her friends are coming to see if she can play. But appreciate you guys being here. And again, if you're new, if you would please subscribe to our channel, share this out. Invite someone to join in next week if you know somebody that's cruising and they have questions they want to ask. And again, if you're looking to book a cruise, reach out to us. But we appreciate your support. You guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you Friday for our TGI Friday vlog premiere. Take care, guys.